drop that down a little bit, just so that we're fine. We're dandy. We're in a good place. As obviously tonight we are going into arguably a big time show, the first one of 2K25, and I'm obviously getting cracked up, ready for this. It's been a while since I have done a show. And this one, well, this one is interesting because we are starting the show with a tag match, our kickoff match, more than anything. And it will feature Javon Evans and Trick Williams taking on the Authors of Pain. Now, realistically speaking, this matchup is set up to be a brawl. We've seen how the Authors of Pain have dominated opponents in recent weeks. We've also seen what team Javon and Trick can be as a team. Now, obviously, from my perspective, we're kind of wanting can we get a big time show? Well, hopefully our opening bout of the evening lives up to expectations. So, let's go. Trick Williams leading the charge for his team.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds, Trick Williams.
Mike Rome bringing us into the Crush Arena here tonight. Cars destroyed already. Can the carnage in the ring continue with the effect our arena has? But tonight, Trick Williams in Nashville, Tennessee, ready to roll. Hyped up as ever. The former NXT champion ready tonight. But can he find some cohesion with his tag partner? We've seen in recent weeks that they are potentially on the same page. But can Javon Evans and Trick Williams arguably pick up their most impressive win here tonight?
And his partner from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 170 pounds, Javon Evans.
Javon Evans originally came into IPW 5 weeks ago now. In his debut match, he was met. Well, no, his first show, he taunted, tried to get Trick Williams to come out and cut a promo saying he would pick up victory in his next match. He ended up winning, but it didn't amount to anything but Trick Williams running in after the match to kind of protect him, trying to amp him up. And tonight, that protection's probably going to be needed because this is a monster duo.
At a combined weight of 620 pounds, Akam and Result offers of pain.
AOP. What more can I say than they have been a dominant force here in IPW, making history, I would say, in every match that they have competed in. It's been dissection of their opponents. And tonight, they're looking to repeat the same feats they have done throughout the entirety of their run here in IPW. Can they do so in our kick-off show matchup? That is certainly something that might not be met with the same ferocity AOP are known for. Anyway, we ready ourselves in the ring for our opening bout. AOP and Trick Williams and Javon Evans going to work here tonight. Early tag in for the Authors of Pain. Can utilize these knee strikes to just punish Trick and then just drop him onto both sets of knees. Razor, the powerhouse of this team. Similar, I would say, Akam is as well, but these deadlift maneuvers, oh my word. Effective in the early goings here against Trick Williams. And this is standardized tag team offense from AOP. Getting Trick in their corner and just dissection, as we were saying, in their walk-in. Williams trying to fight out of it, but as soon as he does attempt to, Akam gets involved. And now the AOP work together for some tandem offense. We've seen this from them so many times. That stomp through the heart, that combination offense, it just keeps their opponent grounded. And Trick Williams, who is known for a little bit of aerial offense, unable to really get rolling. He's trying to crawl back to his corner, but roll-up attempt here. He could sneak it. One. I believe Akam, the legal man for the AOP, doing a good job keeping Trick away from that corner yet again. AOP make a tag. And what's it going to be here? Just a nice side Russian leg sweep and lariat combination. Oh my word. Trick Williams trying to get rolling here. There's a referee in the ring issuing a count. Tossed into the barricade once more. Trick's actually able to buy some reprieve. He's going to taunt. Why not? He's bought the space needed and now is going to go to work here on Akam. I believe it is anyway. It may be Razor. It's hard to tell from this angle. Regardless of the fact, Trick Williams, nice DDT there. Dropping the Author of Pain. But AOP, nice backdrop. Offense is grounding. It was Razor, now it's Akam. But here comes Javon. The hot tag's in and the punch connects. And a drop kick to follow suit. Up to the top rope, springboard moonsault. And Javon's getting a bit bouncy in this. Runs the ropes and drops the elbow. The pace has certainly quickened here as Javon Evans entered the ring, now picks the leg, gets back to his feet, and Akam just unable to really get rolling here. As soon as Javon's come in, it certainly changed the tempo of this match in the favor of Javon and Trick. Tag in. Trick now legal once more. Putting Akam on the top rope. Are they thinking backdrop suplex? Indeed they are. Our referee exiting the ring there. It's Gregathy. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't want to get in the way of the action. Instead opts to run out. And Trick and Javon actually utilizing some good tag team offense. They're keeping Akam trapped in that corner, but Akam, the power game in his favor, just lifting Trick onto his shoulders and gonna deliver a snake eyes in the corner. That boot scrape evaded there in favor of Trick, who's calling for that Uranagi. He connects with it. One. Oh my word. That's a game changer if I've ever seen one. Trick Williams, he knows how to end matches. Drop down. Leapfrog. Trick shot. Plants Akam, center of the ring. 1, 2. So close to victory. Javon and Trick are on a roll right now, and I think we need to see a bit more of Javon in this match. Because Trick, he's taken a lot of punishment in this one. Javon's fairly fresh. But Trick, that sidekick, dropping Akam, who makes a tag out. And two of the fresher competitors now in the ring, but missing that jump blocks resulted in Razor potentially being injured. Javon going to continue to up the pressure, pulling away on that leg. Continuing to punish the legs here is Javon. Springboard, misses that DDT, gets a slap for his effort. And now he's bear hugged and tossed over the top rope. The power of AOP on display here. And Akam's going to get involved and toss Javon back in for Razor. Razor watching on. Pulls Javon back to his feet. Lifts him up, but Javon takes the back door exit. Not going to allow the tag in. Because Javon wants to get the victory here. Tries for another potential tag team flurry of offense there. Fall short as Razor escapes the corner for only a moment as a TDT comes through from Javon, but he's taunting, allowing Akam back in the ring, who gets a capture STO. Dropping Javon, who's quick to his feet. Over the top rope, tries for the ebb and flow, gets caught in a backdrop. Both these two men trading reversals, and Trick's going to come in to potentially put an end to that nonsense. Never mind, he's caught in one himself. The punches and bunches from Akam, who goes for the pin. 1, 2, not even needed. AOP need to probably dig through their arsenal. Has Trick up. Neckbreaker powerbomb combination. Drops Trick Williams. Into the pin goes Razor, but the pinfall attempt is going to be broken up here. And Akam watches on his brother unable to pick up victory in our opening bout of the evening. Razor, though, not going to hold up on the offense. Tosses Trick into his corner, but he misses his running attack, and Trick's fighting out of it. Whips him into neutral territory here. Just going to drive that shoulder into Razor to allow space for Javon to enter the ring. Missing that drop kick is Javon. These two teams realistically have been back and forth with the offense. Akam versus Javon now in the ring. Javon connecting with the Superman punch. And he's calling Akam back to his feet. What's he looking for here? Springboard. Cutter! Oh my word! He connected with that maneuver. But Razor, he's not going to let the AOP fall to that shot. In the end, it potentially could be night to Javon. But he rolls through. Pinfall turned over. And again, Javon has the roll up. Now it's Akam. Javon opts to roll to the apron off of that. Never a good place to be as you're tossed immediately back in the ring. Big time knee there from Akam. He's just going to work, tossing Javon around this ring. Brings Razor back into the match. And Javon, he's been punished now. Caught. Chokeslam spinebuster there from Razor. Tricks in to break up the pin. This isn't the only tag team match we have tonight. We have, there's a chokeslam coming through here. Razor hooks him up and plants him into the mat. Could this be it? 1, 2. Javon with that last gasp kick out. As I was saying, this is not the last tag team match of the night. We have Gallus defending the tag team gold later on in the show, as well as our mixed tag warfare. We saw throughout this week 4 teams competing, well, gaining entry into that mixed warfare. And now, only one of them will walk out champions. It's a stacked field of tournament winners and round robin brawlers. Certainly a interesting matchup we're going to see later on tonight. Is Akam now calling Javon back to his feet. Delivers a flying shoulder tackle to Javon Evans, he's received a lot of punishment, and this is the AOP style as we saw in the early goings. Trap an opponent in the corner. That's a nice forearm smash to the face. I think we're going to see Trick Williams enter now. As Javon and Trick get the tag in, they're going to go for this maneuver once more. That backdrop found them some success in the early goings. Trick, though, misses his shot. Akam slowly getting to the corner. Trick fighting out of it now. Gets punched as he tried to go for that sidekick once again. But Razor not allowing it to happen. As Authors of Pain, they're putting on a good showing here. Both teams showing up here tonight on Crush, Crush, Crush. And this is our opener of the evening. Gragathy up to a 5 count here. As Trick's tossed into the steps. Oh my word. Swirly there from Akam. An 8 count. And I think that's going to be the end of this match. Gut wrench position into a torture rack. Drive down to the mat. This match ends in a count out. Neither team wins. Oh my word. We are potentially, and I do mean potentially, a rematch happening throughout our IPW primetime and breakdowns, because that is not what I expected to see in our opener. But regardless of that, it's time to move into a singles match. Our first championship bout of the evening. And you may have saw it said it was the women's singles match, and you are correct. My graphics are in the wrong order. Regardless of that fact, let me just whoop. It is Charlotte Flair taking on Fallon Henley. And that is certainly a matchup I can't wait to see later on. Obviously, Chelsea Green versus Roxanne Perez will be a few matches down the card. But right now we've got Charlotte versus Fallon for the IPW Undisputed Women's Championship. I'm going to take a quick drink because that first match certainly exceeded my expectations. Oh boy. I don't know how this next match will go, but I mean, everyone knows I have favorites here in IPW. Everyone knows Fallon is a favorite of mine. So am I rooting for her? Potentially. Do I care? No! Let's get into our match.
The following contest is a tables, ladders, and chairs match, and is for the Undisputed Women's World Championship.
TLC match to kick off our championship bout, as it's time to hail the Queen in Tennessee. Sorry, Nashville. Yeah, that's in Tennessee.
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
Flair, she won her Battle Royale on Primetime. She beat Jade Cargill on Breakdown to earn the title shot here at Crush, Crush, Crush. And as everyone knows, Flair in title situations on a pay-per-view is a deadly, deadly situation to be in. She may not have won at WrestleMania, but her record is still impressive. And tonight, she's looking to become a record-setting champion, as our referee opens the ring ropes for her. Flair looks set, ready for action. Microne watching on from outside as he's escaping having to take the jacket off of Flair here. Our referee Gale there, happy to assist the challenger. Could that be signs to come in this TLC match? But obviously in a TLC match, the way to win is to climb to the top of that ladder and grab a hold of the championship. A championship held by this woman.
And introducing the champions, representing Fatal Influence from Chelsea, Michigan, the Undisputed Women's World Champion, Fallon Henley.
As you can see, the championship not around her waist, as it is obviously hoisted high above the ring for this matchup. The champion, she's ready to go. And I'm looking forward to seeing if she can hang with Flair in this situation. This matchup has the potential to go anywhere in the ring, anywhere in the arena. But one thing's for sure, it's going to get brutal as Flair and Fallon look ready to brawl. We're underway here. The referee's gone because we do not need an official for this one. Flair and Fallon, two very similar styles, in minus the fact Flair opts for submission offense. Fallon opts for the power. Why have we got count out in this? Who cares? There's weapons allowed. I don't know why there's a count out. But it certainly makes this interesting. As Fallon opted for the chair, Flair grabbed the ladder almost immediately. And it's certainly an interesting pedigree of talent that Fallon has beaten as champ. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, to name a couple, Mariah May. She has defended this belt a hell of a lot, comparative to our other champions. And tonight, she's looking to make it another successive title defense. As Flair caught, hit with a drop kick. Nip up there from Flair as she opts to spear down the champ. Fallon quickly back to her feet though. Evades that chop block, I think, that Flair was looking for. And now the ladder is set up. Drop kick from Fallon. Keeps Flair away from this ladder. Wearing down the challenger, who's now powerbomb to the champ. Fallon rolls out, grabs the table. This is certainly interesting. The title now appearing. Middle of the ring. Fallon pushes the ladder down. Flair comes crashing to the mat. It is an absolute brawl between these two women. Back and forth they go. Fallon throwing Flair to the apron. Grabbing the ladder. Does she? No. I was thinking maybe she punches Flair with the ladder, but instead lets her get back in the ring. Henley now punch to the back. Has a hold of Flair. Nice neck breaker. Drops her to the mat. And now she makes that climb. Remember, it is harder to grab a hold of your championship as Fallon comes crashing down to the mat. That ladder, unforgiving here tonight as a table is set up in the ring. Flair's trying to potentially put Fallon out of the ring in a dangerous position. But this is a dangerous position. Sleeper hold, dragon sleeper applied. Fallon fighting out of it as Flair looking to wear down the champion. But the champion has a hold of her and opting for her own submission offense. The challenger also able to escape the hold. But Fallon, she's continuing to apply that pressure. Another surfboard stretch. Oh, I think she's looking for it once more. The champion wearing down Flair with her own game. And this isn't the style we typically see from Fallon Henley or Charlotte Flair, for that matter. Another one, this time reversed out of once more by Flair, and she's caught again. What is going on here? It's hard to tell why it's happening. Flair avoids it this time and hits the spear. The champion's down. But Flair, she's looking for something else under the ring. And she's gonna grab a second ladder. Fallon, though, quickly getting back to her feet. And opts for it again. What? The challenger keeps fighting out of the hold. But the champion clearly has a game plan. Wearing down the challenger. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no clue why this is happening or what it is causing this to happen. I'm not even touching the controller. So it's like, it's not even me playing the game. But the champ opting to just stretch out. Flair, who evades one, but gets caught yet again. These ladders being forced into awkward positions. Hard to pick up if you are either of these women. Flair evades one, but gets caught once again. And I don't get why this is happening. I might have to opt for a change of plans. As Fallon, yet again, playing it. You can tell I am losing my mind watching this. Flair's not even trying to hit her. There we go. Natural selection. Time on the ladder. The champion's down. A ladder is being brought into play. Flair, all she has to do is climb up. But this table's in the wrong place she set up earlier. And it's going to allow Fallon to get back to her feet. And now, the famouser planting the challenger, who rolls into the corner. Henley, though, not opting to set the ladder up. Instead, more carnage, more punishment. Now she grabs the ladder, sets it up. The challenger is getting back to her feet. Could she kill her off at the pass? She isn't going to. Instead, just pushes her off the ladder as it comes careening down to the mat. This is an interesting match, to say the least. The champion in trouble, hit with the crossbody. Nips up, though. Tries to catch Flair on the outside now. The taunt. By space. Flair doesn't know how to react. And the table's being brought into play, but Fallon caught. Gonna be thrown and speared. The champ in trouble. As the challenger doesn't know what to do. Picks up the ladder. It's set up in the ring. Fallon kicks her. It's hold down time. The ladder set up by the challenger. Perfect position for the champ to retain. She grabs a hold of the belt. Sort of. She has it firmly in her grasp. Can the champion do it? The belt being unbuckled. And she retains her championship. This was a back and forth bout. A lot of stretches by Henley. But she does the job needed. Flair had her chances. But she fumbled the bag with her weapon choices. And one table placement resulted in an ending that favors Henley. And I guess we can now call her the Queen. I don't know what to say this match was, but the replay says it all. Flair fired her best hits, but fell short. And Henley, one hoedown later, climbed the ladder to success. Retaining her title.
Here is your winner, and still undisputed Women's World Champion, Fallon Henley.
An interesting bout that ends in arguably one of my favorite results I've ever seen on the pay-per-view. And with it, we head to our next championship bout, one of which I'm going to take a quick break before moving into. I'll see you in a minute. Commentary team's back in play with a plate of food alongside it. I hope you're ready for a big time title match. From that insane TLC match, we're heading into our television championship bout. Shinsuke Nakamura, the former champ, taking on Jacob Fatu, who will walk out of Crush champion. Why don't we find out?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the undisputed television championship.
Thank you, Mike Rome, for that introduction. As we welcome the challenger, the former champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, ready for Crush. Ready to brawl here tonight. As the crowd serenade him to the ring. As always, he brings that strong style to every single match he competes in. But one thing that he needs to be wary of is the champion's own ferocity. That ferocity that he has, I should say. It is hard to match. Samoan Werewolf is relentless when he gets rolling. And in this matchup, Shinsuke is gonna need every advantage, every play in his wheelhouse in order to deal with Jacob Fatu. But one thing for sure that we know is both men seem ready for action. We've seen through weeks and weeks of action that, well, specifically Shinsuke can match up to anyone in IPW. Jacob is untested. He won the championship in his debut against The Fiend. And tonight, in a conquest against former champions, some may say, he's looking to keep the pink and green television championship belt around his waist. But he has not come alone. The new tribal chief joins him, not the bloodline. They're too busy chilling. But Solo Sikoa following Jacob into war. The current WWE United States champion? Intercontinental champion, I believe. One of the two. He's champ. And he is setting up for a potentially strong reign. In real life, can he maintain that same form here in IPW? We will have to see, because this is no easy step. Your first live event, your first big challenge bar the Fiend. Can he overcome it? We'll have to see. One thing's for sure, this isn't gonna be for the weak-hearted. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. Let's toss it to Mike Rome in the ring for official match introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura. And his opponent from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the undisputed television champion, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Both men stoic in their intro. The bow from Shinsuke, the zero concerned look of Fatu. Our referee, change of shirt for this one. Gregory lifting up the title belt. Nakamura, Fatu. We are underway. And the super kick to kick us off. Nakamura tries to follow up with a roundhouse, and these two tie up center of the ring. Nakamura overpowering Fatu to get us going, and a clean break from both of them. We tie up once more, and Nakamura once again overpowers Fatu into the corner. Second clean break, but Fatu pop-up Samoan drop to kick off this match in terms of explosive maneuvers. We've seen these two really know how to put on a show with explosive offense. And yet again, Nakamura overpowering the champ. Solo trying to bolster up his champion, but it may fall on deaf ears as we begin a back and forth trade between champ and challenger. Solo's got to remove the top turnbuckle, as you do. Potentially setting up for a future impact. Head first into that steel ring post. This back and forth trade continuing on. The early goings has been a test of might between the two, champion and former champion. And Fatu wins the brawl, the trading exchange. But the technical wrestling aspect, Nakamura has the upper footing. Fatu now, Irish whip, grabs a hold of Nakamura, but Nakamura gets caught. Irish whip once more. Nakamura reverses Fatu into that steel post. That exposed steel ring comes careening into the head of Fatu, And Nakamura begins his dissection of the champ. Up to the second rope goes the challenger, lands the King Kong leg drop, that knee connecting across the face. A pinfall attempt only surmounts to a 1. And now Nakamura begins to unload these knee strikes to the head. You have to feel Nakamura's game is to bust open the champion, is to weaken him. Solo getting involved, chucks in a kendo stick and now distracting the challenger to allow for a springboard dropkick from Fatu. Nakamura though missing with his shot. The referee's distracted. And it's not going to allow Fatu to win. Solo Sikoa's own maneuvers falling short for the champion. Challenger now able to regain his footing. Runs in, colliding with Fatu in the corner. Jacob, worse for wears, a pinfall attempt here. You have to thought maybe Fatu was in the ropes. A referee doesn't see it that way. Instead, allows the pin to happen, and Nakamura's going to take full advantage, heading up top. Missing though. The diving crossbody falls short, and Nakamura trying to follow it up with his saving maneuvers. Dug down, and then a hip arm drag. Take down of Fatu, who's looking to sneak one. A roll-up attempt. Nakamura fights out of it, but caught with a headbutt. A Samoan headbutt is always one of the most deadly weapons in wrestling. More dangerous than a chair, and Fatu knows it. He's trying to finish off Nakamura here, but Nakamura has the back. Gets caught though. And Fatu and Nakamura trading shots. Finally, Nakamura has a hold of the champion and drives him into the mat. 1, 2. Oh. Champion stays alive. And wisely rolling to the apron, I would have thought. But he's caught though. Nakamura tries to go for the Kinshasa. Full shot. But he will land this Northern Light suplex. The champion nips up. Super kick attempted. Evaded. Neither landing their kicks. But Nakamura caught with the Impaler DDT. And Fatu's looking to retain. 1, 2. So close to victory. The champion coming out of nowhere with that finisher. Drives Nakamura into the mat, who rolls to the outside to buy a little reprieve. But Fatu's not going to give it to him. He comes flying out the ring, and the challenger in trouble. Into the ring he goes. Fatu has him in his sights, and he's calling him up. Misses the spear. The leapfrog from Nakamura keeps him alive, and this Shinsuke offense can begin. Missing another Kinshasa, and it's hit with a bulldog. The champion knows what the challenger wants. Heads up to the second rope. Delivers the elbow drop. And now Nakamura in prime position. Caught, hooked up. Impaler DDT. And that is a ball game and a half. How does he stay alive? He opts for a pin again here, Fatu. Utilizing the ropes. The referee spots it though. Nakamura, he's got his second win. Potentially for victory. Shinsuke caught with the pop-up Samoan drop. And Fatu, he's calling for it. He loves you, Solo. And he knows what he must do. Springboard, lariat, drops the challenger. And now, the challenger's in the drop zone for an Uso splash, but it's caught with a drop kick. Nakamura setting the champion up. Over the top he goes. Connecting, pinning, and potentially winning. The challenger looking to become a two-time champ. The first in IPW, and he's connected with the Kinshasa. Finally connecting with the finish. 1, 2, 3. That endurance, that durability, the champion always seems to possess. He kicks out of the Kinshasa. Now the champion, he knows what must be done in order to win. He needs to keep the punishment up. Gut wrench powerbomb on the outside. The challenger in trouble. Our referees issued a 5 count. But it's not gonna be how this match ends. Oh no, 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 no. Fatu back in the ring. Goes flying halfway across the ring and he falls short. Nakamura potentially looking to capitalize, but it's caught himself. Pinfall attempt. Jacob looking to retain. Fatu so close. The frustration starting to show. Nakamura surviving on his last gasps. Some feel this match is over because Fatu has him hooked up on the top rope, and we're going outside. Suplex to the floor. Your body must be shattered. Being hit by that is never what you want to feel. You come careening from the highest place in a match to the lowest, and Fatu's looking to end it. After that one, the spear connects, runs through the challenger, and the why not add a BME to the mix. 1, 2, 3. Shinsuke put on a good showing here. He had his moments. The Kinshasa almost secured victory. But if anything, it woke up the werewolf. And Fatu, he came to collect the soul of Nakamura. Destruction at its finest in this match. 2 Impaler DDTs, 1 spear, and a BME. And not to mention that avalanche suplex to the outside spelt the demise of Shinsuke Nakamura in this match. And some may say 2 missed Kinshasas certainly paid dividends in favor of the champ. But this BME, it was the cherry on the cake. A cake fitting for a championship match.
Here's your winner, and still undisputed television champion, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
A great bout to segue into our next matchup. It is for the Tag Team Championship. It's a TLC match. Gallus the Usos.
Let's see how it goes in like 20 seconds.
The tag team championships are on the line here, and these two have been down since day one-ish.
It's a tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match, and is for the undisputed World Tag Team Championship. And at a combined weight of 493 pounds, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
The Usos, simply put, they won one of the Fatal 4-Ways. And that's how they got into this matchup. Simple as that. They were put to the test against, well, in singles action, against the champs and two other teams. The champs won the first one, but the second resulted in the Usos' victory. But Gallus here tonight, their championships lofted above the ring. So why not come with backup?
Accompanied by Wolfgang at a combined weight of 486 pounds. The undisputed World Tag Team Champions, Joe Coffey and Mark Coffey Gallus.
Gallus come to the ring as a unit. We saw on Underground Wolfgang getting in the ring. And tonight, he's his backup, the enforcer for Gallus. Joe Coffey centering the pair as the arguably big star of Gallus. This tag team of Mark and Joe Coffey have held the belts, have beat the best, and are looking to add another name to that list. Championship is on the line against their most difficult opponents yet. The Usos' game plan, super kick their heads off, and we're underway. The action shouldn't be too difficult to keep up with, but realistically speaking, there is some unpredictable element. Wolfgang at ringside can get involved at any moment. Can keep any one of the Usos in bay. We've got a count out for some reason, but who cares? Wolfgang's gonna keep him trapped. This is the Wolfgang element. No one, if you go on that outside, you won't be getting a ladder unless your name is Joe or Mark Coffey. Jimmy and Jay gonna be kept at bay. Finally, a ladder gonna be brought into play. Why there's a count out, I don't know, but hey, let's bring in the kendo stick. Why not? Mark coming out for action. He's... Wyatt? I don't know why Wolfgang tried to beat up his partner, but Mark Coffey's still gonna keep going. Kendo sticks being brought into this match as the Usos set up a ladder in the corner. Mark Coffey stunned on the outside, comes back in. Samoan drop there by Jay. Jimmy getting beat up by Mark Coffey, who picks him up and just yeets him on that top rope. The ladder set up, but Mark Coffey's body slammed, and here comes the table. Mark Coffey whipping. I'm pretty sure that is Jimmy. And Jay being beat up by Joe Coffey. Joe, Jimmy, and Jay. And then Mark. It's like that song by the Bash Bros. Or The Lonely Island. They call me Jose. And I'm Mark. Nice maneuver there by Jimmy. As Jay now climbing to the top. Grabs a hold of the championships. Neither one of the Gallus members able to break it up. Finally, Mark getting involved. Pulls him off the... pulls him off. As well as Joe getting involved there. Table now being set up by Mark Coffey. We saw what Charlotte Flair did with that table position, and it's gone. It's gone. But someone's busted open. I turned away for a second. Mark Coffey caught both Coffeys on the mat. It's brother versus brother. Or brothers versus brothers. A lot of brothers on this show. We had AOP earlier, securing victory. No, they didn't. They drew. There's a lot of brother tag teams, I realize, in wrestling nowadays. At the top of the divisions. Gallus certainly are a well-tuned brother team. Oh, that kind of sick shot barely missing. This match has realistically, in this stage of game, been predominantly the Usos, as they're letting us know it with these taunts. Joe fights out the back. Mark now in. Tries to grab hold of someone, but that's a backdrop on the ladder and a toss as well. That ladder being the prime landing zone for an Uso. Anyone and everyone can brawl in this match. As Mark Coffey is certainly busted open now. Uso splash in the corner. And thrown onto the ladder as well. Joe's heading up top, but he's caught at the bass. Usos are unloading. There's a steel chair for your troubles. The only man left standing in the ring, I believe, is Joe Coffey. Now, Jay in the ring. Jimmy being battled with Wolfgang. Mark has a free passage here. But the Usos now back in the ring as a team. The ladder just falling all over the place. Caught in the corner now. As Gallus being caught. That's a super kick to the skull of Mark Coffey. He was already busted open. Now he is potentially concussed, but he's still rolling through the opponents, grabs a hold of the ladder, and just blocks Big Bad Bosh into the skull of Jimmy Uso. He heads up the ladder and has a hold of his championship, but Jay cuts him off at the pass and delivers a baseball sliding lariat. And Usos double Uso Dawn. Instead of climbing, they know what they must do. He grabs a hold of the ladder. Joe stunned on the apron. The Usos looking for championship gold, and they've got it. Oh my word. New tag team champions here tonight. And Gallus, that has run atop of the division, comes to an end. A lot of explosive offense from them, but past a certain point, the Usos stepped up the game, introduced Gallus to the Uso Penitentiary, and took control. The weapons brought in, the chairs, the kendo sticks, set them up for success. And Joe stunned on the ring side.
Jimmy and Jay, the
The Usos had a clear path to gold and walk out of Crush 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 tag team champions. What a brawl. And it's going to lead us into the television championship in the women's division this time. We already saw this graphic earlier by accident. But, yeah. Chelsea Green versus Roxanne Perez. Gonna be a good bout, let's be honest. One of which I need some nice food for.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the undisputed Women's Television Championship.
It's Chelsea Green.
Well, the challenger makes her way to the ring. We know what time it is. Shh, I'm a hot mess. Woo! We won't get to hear Mike Rome deliver that infamous line for a few minutes. But let's be honest, Chelsea Green, a solid challenger tonight. A woman who's been atop of divisions before. Former WWE United States Champion, the inaugural United States Champion. Made waves, and a well-deserving champ, to be honest. But tonight, she goes up against a champion who's only recently won the belt. but has been in a blood feud with a lot of different people. No longer the prodigy, and now the top of the division, the star of IPW's Television Championship division, the beater of Kai, and Little Miss Roxy, I should say, ready for action. The champion realistically hasn't had the best of times in IPW. Let's be honest. She had a massive losing spree to kick off 2025 and then moved since coming to 2K25. She's been on the form of her life. Let's see if that form can continue here tonight as we toss it to Micro once again for official introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green. And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, the undisputed women's television champion, Roxanne Perez.
Perez ready as the belt hands over to Gregathy. Lofted up high. We're ready for action. A normal singles match for the Women's Television Championship. We're off to the races. And Chelsea, cocky to start it off. These two similar in terms of personas. Both confident in themselves. Both queens. I didn't expect it to sound like that out of my mouth, but hey. Let's focus back on this match. Roxanne Perez, let's be honest, smaller in stature, potentially easily pushed over and overpowered yet again. This collar and elbow tie-up seemingly always will favor Chelsea Green, who delivers a slap straight after the lockup. Green, though, this time gonna go for the arm lock, trying to apply pressure down to Roxanne, who's slowly but surely falling to the knees. Takes the back now, does Green. Applying pressure, picks the leg, and now caught. Perez delivers a big-time elbow to the face. Both women wearing red here tonight, as that was a very interesting leg pick there. Perez into the cover, referee slow to position. Not expecting Perez to catch Green out like that. Nice neck breaker there by Perez, who's now just slapping the taste out of Green's mouth. Calling her up. What is Perez looking for? Tosses her into the ropes. Nice drop kick there. The single leg. Effective. Heads up top. Meteora from Perez. Catches the challenger off guard and now heading to the second rope for a bit of a frog splash. She gets froggy with it and gets the pinfall in play. Only amounts to a 1. Now what is Perez looking for? Punch caught, whatever it was. And Chelsea looking to sneak one to roll up in the corner. A little too slow for the count. Now Perez going to unload. DDT. Dropping the challenger. What's happening here? The lights went out. That's Piper Niven's music. Bodyguard to Chelsea Green is in the ring with a chair. And the chair's caught. Perez protects herself. Drop kick to the back. Oh my word. The challenger came in with a ploy, but it doesn't work out. The chair taken out from this match, and Perez looking to finish this game. Chelsea Green, though, catches her with the rough right her. And now, that distraction may have proved dividend, as Green has her hooked up for the unprettier. Ball game. 1, 2. Perez kicks out. Oh my word, Perez kicks out. Green needs so much more to keep the champion down. It's been an interesting matchup so far, and I somehow feel this is gonna boil into a beautiful rivalry. Perez and Green both going toe to toe, both putting on their best shots. We haven't seen a pop rocks yet from Roxanne, but maybe, just maybe, it's coming as the running lariat connects and Roxanne's fired up. She's ready, but she's caught again. Takedown from Green sets her up. What is Chelsea looking for here? The kick to the groin. Caught, and Perez has her for pop rocks. Planted. 1, 2. The challenger kicks out, but she is in trouble. Crawling to the corner, the bow from the champion. She knows this performance is over. Meteora connects. Challenger in trouble. Middle of the ring, the kick. Again, the groin shot for a pop rocks. Planted. 2 should be it. Green kicks out, but I don't think she should have. Because Roxanne, oh my word, Roxanne misses. Green fighting, still alive. Roxanne, though, still champ, still continuing the pressure. Eyes set on the challenger, who's trapped. Takes her down from the second rope and mounts her with a mass of punches to the face. Heads to the second rope once more, potentially looking for it again. This time it's a Meteora. Challenger is not in a good position right now. As Roxanne runs the ropes, misses the dropkick. Green grabs a hold of the legs. Gonna just pull at the stump. Why not do it again? Pulls Roxanne back to her feet. Grabs a hold of her, but Roxanne evades it. And now these two women battle back and forth. Perez catches a shot. Green comes back with a knife edge. And these two trading shot for shot. Green catches one of Perez's. Neither woman backing down just yet. Shot for shot. Perez beckons on a shot here from Green. Gets caught on a trade back. And Green unloading. Perez fires one back. But these two women begin a shot-for-shot trade. This battle continuing. Neither woman buying an edge, and Green calls for a timeout. Catches her for an Umpridia. She gets Roxanne off guard. Plants her center of the ring. 1, 2. I thought we had a new champ. Neither woman staying down for each other's finisher. A timeout, Umpridia. That should have been it. It's not. Perez caught. The step up into Guri caught. Everyone is catching everything. And Green's sent tumbling to the outside. Both women. The pump kick from Green. Drops Perez. The champion. Slow to re-enter the ring. She's got a 10 count. Comes in at 3, but she's caught. Hooked up once again. Unprettier. And Green's gonna do it. 1, 2, 3. We've got a new champion. And it's Chelsea Green. This match was so back and forth. Perez's high-flying offense looked like she was going to do it. Pop Rocks won. I figured it wouldn't be enough. The second, I thought it was a ball game. But Chelsea Green fought back and shone to take the championship off of Roxanne Perez. Not the result I think people expected, considering the war that was shown. But in the end, Chelsea Green pulled out all the stops to secure victory here tonight. And we have our second new champion here in IPW. Don't forget, our next match, we're crowning a champion. The Mixed Tag Warfare. Moments away as these replays roll on. The timeout on Prettier certainly looked like a ball game maneuver, but this one, you buy time on the outside, you're gonna be hit with a big shot if you're not prepared. And Green hits hers to win.
Here is your winner, and new undisputed women's television champion, Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green, new champion here as we move over to our next bout. We saw them competing throughout the week for qualification. Now it's time to put your place on the line for the championship. I am so stoked for this one. It's going to be Mixed Tag Warfare in an 8 superstar match. I'm stoked. So stoked, I'm going to eat and take a drink because holy moly, this is going to be a big one. I'm so stoked for this. I've got a feeling it's going to be crazy. So crazy that I'm actually going to remake the match just to check one thing. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. Let me just check it. So, the issue is, I cannot change match rules. Which is a damn shame. So I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that countout is on for this match, which is never a good thing. But regardless of the fact, F it, we ball.
It's a new day, yes it is!
Our first man out, repping the New Day, it's Kofi Kingston. His partner secured victory on Friday.
The following contest is a fatal four-way tag team ladder match and is for the undisputed mixed tag championship. Introducing first, representing the New Day from Ghana, West Africa, weighing in at 212 pounds, Kofi
Kingston out here, qualified on Friday in the round robin tournament, surprising many as the inevitable winners. But one thing's for sure, I remember that Friday fondly because I learned what Lyra Valkyria's finish is called, #Nightwing. Maybe we see that later on, during this matchup, as his partner is Lyra Valkyria. And we all know what's coming. Woo! 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 No championship around the waist this time. Everything's to gain.
And from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra
Valkyria
Valkyria.
enters this match, still the underdog. Woo! 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 But let's be honest, every time she enters, it brings me joy because she is a phenomenal performer here in IPW, and we want to see if she can continue her feats. Can she do it? We'll have to see, as this matchup is going to be not the prettiest, as we welcome one of the first to qualify. #Free Otis.
Representing the Alpha Academy from Superior, Wisconsin, weighing in at 330 pounds, Otis!
Of all the teams to qualify, this one had to put in a lot of work. We saw what could happen when you put legend versus legend. In the end, it was Otis and his partner that came out on top. And he's in this matchup, ready for war. Alongside Molly Holly. Do they have what it takes to win gold tonight?
From Forest Lake, Minnesota, Molly Holly!
Some may call this the Mighty Academy. That's the tag team name that's going around on X, the Everything app. Others might just say this is one of the best teams in this division. And while the division as a whole isn't set in stone, the talent that's already competing in it is already at a high level. As we bring the box into play, he's so pretty, it's Kit Wilson.
And representing Pretty Deadly from London, England, weighing in at 185 pounds, Kit Wilson.
The thing we've noticed about the tournament we held last week, or this week technically, was tag team wrestlers of other teams have done well. Jade and Bianca, a team. Kit Wilson, Elton Prince, a team. Combine members of them teams together, you've already got some tag team knowledge, prowess in the game. And that is certainly a good thing to have entering this match. It's Kit Wilson taunting the crowd. He's ready to go. You look at the other members of this match. You've got Otis, Kofi Kingston, tag team specialists in their own right, I guess you could say. Lyra technically as well. But as a whole, this matchup lends to the impressiveness. As Mike Rome announced, it is a ladder match. Which means only way to win is to climb that ladder to success.
And from Orlando, Florida, Jade Cargill.
And a woman who knows how to do that wherever she goes is Jade Cargill. Impressive specimen of a woman. She has the raw power to rival anyone in IPW. Tonight, she's going to need to showcase that power because, let's be honest, there's 6 other people in this match looking to barrel her down and keep her out of that title picture. Championship gold in her sights as she stares up at the Mixed Tag Championship. Will she be the first champ to hold the belt? Otis thinks maybe not, as he points towards her. As the glass shatters for our final team, and it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's walking, not in his traditional jean shorts.
From Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's got the black khakis on and is ready to go to war with that t-shirt on. Arguably the favorites in this match, Stone Cold, Nia Jax. The issue for them is Nia's probably not going to be climbing that ladder. She is more so the enforcer for this one to keep people away from Stone Cold, who will be climbing up. As this glass shatters, Stone Cold hits the 4 corners and is ready. Certainly a different tune to welcome him into the ring from that traditional Stone Cold theme. But this theme, we've grown to know and love here in IPW.
And from San Diego, California, Nia
the inaugural Undisputed Women's World Champion, looking for gold in a different division tonight. The irresistible force is here to lay claim to that championship hanging above the ring. As we say, she probably won't be the woman climbing to the top of the ladder, but she can sure as hell keep everyone flattened and away from the championship you see on your screen right now. The ring crowded with superstars as these 4 teams are ready for action. I'm certainly unaware of how this one will go. It's certainly the most unpredictable match of the night, as everyone is just gonna be brawling with anyone. We've got a count out. Why is there a count out in this match? You can't have count out in this sort of match. Anyway, the count out stopped. It's at 1. Okay. Somehow I'm feeling that's gonna not stay, as a chair brought in. It's gonna come crashing down as all superstars re-enter the ring. Spoiler alert, guys, I cannot turn countouts off. I tried to. Why would they make this a thing? Anywho, countouts aside, everyone's just brawling. We have a ladder in the ring, finally. But Jax opts for the chair as probably the best course of action to keep people at bay in this matchup. So, heavy favorites overall in this match, Stone Cold and Nia Jax, who are technically the second best in my mind. I mean, technically Jade will be up there. Jade and Kit Wilson. Kit's kind of the people's least liked member of this match. Probably the weakest person in it, let's be honest. That team with Jade Cargill on it is just so strong. Then you have Kofi and Lyra. I would say the team that's had to do the most work to get here, but are the best tag team in here, I feel. As Nia working over Jade, has her in a surfboard stretch and just drops her down. Stone Cold Nia only just re-entering the ring as Lyra and Notice head outside. Kit and Kofi brawling in the corner. This matchup's going to be hard to keep a track of who is doing what, so forgive me if I miss anything big, but as it stands, referee, whoever it is showing a count for some reason. I don't know what would happen if a count out were to obviously take place as a chair brought into play. Kofi tossed out. Jade follows in. Yeah, I somehow feel count out won't be our biggest issue here. Nice Samoan drop there from Nia Jax, forcing, I believe, Lyra Valkyria to roll out. We've got a ladder in the ring, but it has not had the chance to be set up just yet. Otis just tossing Kofi to the outside. Stone Cold, Dez Perez. Ladder was picked up for a second, but Stone Cold hooks up with the DDT. I thought maybe a stunner was coming with the boot. Oh my word. Nightwing connecting and dropping Stone Cold. Everyone and anyone is coming out of this ring now, and everyone is certainly fighting for their lives. Lyra has the other ladder in her hands. Nia's trying to chase it down. Stone Cold the other side. Wants to go away as Kofi keeps Stone Cold off of her. The ladder's brought into the match, but so is a table. Nia set it up and potentially Molly was going through. Stone Cold close to going through himself. As the ring empties, we're down to the two powerhouses, Jade Cargill and Nia Jax in the ring. Backbreaker there to Jax. Lyra springboard missing. Mighty Molly or Molly Holly and Otis the next in the match. Just Irish whipping Jade and Valkyria out. Kit Wilson joins them. I thought maybe Stone Cold was going to get a stunner off, but he instead opts to backdrop Kofi onto that ladder. This is pandemonium here in the ring, and that ladder is never going to get set up, is it? German suplex onto the ladder. Steel chair, though, to Lyra. Off the back of it. Everyone is trying to find an avenue to win. We finally got a ladder set up, but not in an opportune position. Kofi has one. He's going to set it up in the other corner. Kit Wilson driven down to the mat with a power slam. Lyra's throwing a kendo stick and a stunner. What a combo, but not from teammates. Valkyria doing the dirty work of Stone Cold there and gets crowned off the back of it. Alabama slam on the outside is the focal point there. As Kofi lands a springboard dropkick, Nia has the ladder, sets it back up in the corner, as you do. Kitten gets tossed back out. Focus on Lyra here. Dropkick to the back of Jade. She's hooked up now by Stone Cold, who tosses her out of the ring. Otis gets tossed out as well. And Kofi finally has the ladder set up. For the first time in this match, we have a potential chance for a win-in. And Stone Cold, is he going to be the one to climb it? No, he's not. The ladder falls down. Kofi goes careening into the one Stone Cold set up a second ago. His ladder gets Skuowi. Much compact maybe there for Otis. Everyone's just flying everywhere. Another ladder, why not? Let's add it in. It's getting set up as a bridge. Jade finally sets the ladder up. And Molly Holly, the first to climb. She's got up there, but is she being caught off? No, she isn't. She has a hold of the title. Nia Jax not gonna end it. And Molly Holly has the belt in her hands. Otis playing guard. And we have tag team champions. And it's Molly Holly and Otis. I think. I mean, it isn't a live event without a glitch. What? I'm just going to see what happens. With the count out. Why not? Let's see what happens. An 8 count. Who's being counted? It's Lyra being counted out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 2 people outside the ring. It's there we go. The count out secures victory. The belt's in the hands of Mighty Molly and Otis. So that tells me they're champs. They have to be. If they aren't, I'm going to be annoyed because they had the belt in their hands. I'm going to say it, they're champs. Regardless of what happened. But yeah, this match, it was bedlam. We saw a Nightwing. We didn't see a Jaded, but we did see a nice backbreaker. Stunner onto Otis, that combination from Lyra and Stone Cold. I think that was a Trouble in Paradise there on Otis. But yeah, here's the winning moment. Stone Cold, all he had to do was turn around and push the ladder down, but instead...
Here are your winners, the team of Molly Holly and Otis.
We have new tag champs. Yes, I will award it to them, don't worry. That was certainly one way to end the match. I'm now going to go ensure that that title is in the hands of Otis and Mighty Molly. Because they deserve it. Fine. I will set it up. There. I'm just setting this up, so forgive me. There we... No. Why is this setting up so poorly? Right, that should work. There we go. Finally set it up so we can move into our main event. It is for the undisputed World Championship. Will Ospreay versus RVD. I am remaining so confused why every single live show we've done, a glitch has happened. Hashtag never lucky. Always hit with a glitch. Anyway. Let's see who wins our main event. Will Ospreay, RVD.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship.
This is going to be good. As we welcome the champion out first. Not something we typically see here in IPW. But the champ coming up first usually isn't the best of signs. Regardless of that fact, Ospreay, a solid wrestler. He won the belt by beating Shawn Michaels at Turmoil. Tonight on Crush, 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 he's looking to squash a opponent who wronged him. an opponent who beat him in the build-up to this show. And I, for one, really would like to see if Ospreay can do it. If he can beat him once again. Or lose to him again. And that man is a whole effing show. RVD ready for action here tonight. I certainly think RVD will get the win tonight. Solid performer. Simply one of the best to ever do it. In my mind, is ready for action. So, as we head to the ring, let's toss it to Mike Rome for official match introductions.
Introducing the challenger. From Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam. And his opponent, from England, weighing in at 220 pounds, the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, Will Oxley.
The roar of the champion as he lifts the belt above his shoulders. Will we see a new champ? Or will Will retain? We are underway. RVD comes out the gate swinging. Springboard moonsault connecting. Barely goes for the pin. Early goings. RVD starting to show his prowess. This is how he took it to Ospreay last time we saw them face off. Very quick out the gate was was RVD. As it shows right now, these two tie up for the first time tonight. RVD overpowering the champ. The headlock applied. Rolls through, keeping the pressure on. And this is certainly where we start to see the skills come through. RVD gets caught here as Ospreay turns the pressure around, applies a bit more onto the elbow. That joint being just destroyed here. Sweeps the legs through. And the champion tries to get his own moonsault down, but RVD quickly moves out the way. Now RVD heads up top. Nip up from the champ, and that's a rolling senton. Boot straight to the face of the champ, and now a rolling thunder gets caught. The champion back to his feet. Has the challenger hooked up, picked up, and tossed in the corner. And busted wide open. The challenger in a world of pain. But the champion, he's found a way back. Found a way to get going. This matchup is certainly an interesting one so far in the early goings. It's neither man giving an edge. RVD with a roll-up trying to sneak victory. quick kick out by the champ. Another moonsault, this one evaded by Ospreay. Champ versus challenger in our main event is living up to the hype we saw the other week as Ospreay hooks RVD up for that Styles Clash, but a quick pop-up by the challenger. But he's not getting up as that super kick. The X is sewn up. Ospreay feels that is it for this one as he pops up. Oh my word! Falls flat on his face on that spinning maneuver. And the champion hit with this time the full force of that rolling senton. RVD this time connects with that corner pop-up moonsault. This has been certainly a high-risk affair. Both men utilizing their comfort zone to full effect as RVD once again heads back up top. 5-star frog splash evaded. Ospreay looking to capitalize, but caught. RVD tries to find a way to get him into the corner, to get Will down, but the champion gets caught this time. RVD has a hold of Will. Will fights out of it. They're trading positions. Man maintaining control. Will looking to halt the challenger. Pinfall attempt. A 2 count for his effort. Heads to the apron. Calls RVD up. Springboard. Forearm strike connects. And Will Ospreay unleashes some anger. That feeling he's got as a kill shot imminent. Hidden Blade takes the head off of the challenger. 1, 2. So nearly victory as the X is thrown up. It's time to end RVD, who's been phenomenal in this match so far. Ospreay powers him up to the top rope. Cheeky Nando's kick. The challenger has not been able to find an avenue after that missed frog splash, as that's a nice shooting star press from Ospreay. The champion feeling it. Target in his sights. But he misses that step up into Guri, and RVD's going to make him pay. The roll-up attempt here. Looking to sneak victory. Missing that moonsault, though. Ospreay tries to capitalize. RVD, springboard moonsault press, connecting. The champion down. And RVD looking for a bit of rolling thunder. Connecting from down under. Heads up top. Drop zone. 5-star frog splash connects. We might have a new champion in IPW. So nearly victory for the whole effing show. But he's still kicking the champion, showing his resilience. For how much longer? He reverses out the back though. Ospreay needs to find something to win it. Snaps the head of RVD to the mat. Gets a 2 count. Will surprised. He feels he's done enough to keep RVD down. That's the springboard moonsault he's been after for a while. He's heading up top. Drop zone acquired. The elbow dropped. Champion calling the challenger up. Has him hooked in place for the Styles Clash. Planet center of the ring. The champion knows what he must do. The kill shot needed and connecting. hidden blade to end RVD's night. 1, 2. How the hell is RVD still in this? RVD is just surviving on pure strength. I think that might be it, though. A hidden blade from out nowhere results in the champion retaining. But what's this? Oh my word, he's gonna do it. He won the resolution back at Turmoil, and Samoa Joe is cashing in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Money in the Bank.
But can he win? We're underway. This main event is not over, as Samoa Joe looking to punish a weakened Ospreay, but Ospreay, he's still going. That handspring kick connecting. Joe, the fresher man, but Ospreay, he's got him in his sights. Looking, pop up, DDT, over the top he goes. The pin, 1, 2. An easy kick out for the new challenger, and Joe's back to his feet. He's got Ospreay in his sights. Ospreay, he's been through a war, and he's still kicking, still screaming. The chops, the punches, but caught at the pass. He catches Joe though. Joe, I feel he's got to go for the Katahajime. The Kikohina clutch. Muscle buster needed something, because the champ pops up to the top rope for that moonsault. The X is thrown up. The champion still fighting. Joe still strong though. He has not received the same punishment Ospreay has, and he's locked it in. The Coquina clutch in play. The champion fading and almost certainly out, and we have a new champion in IPW. This matchup was epic from the beginning. RVD came out the gates fast with high-flying offense. But Ospreay, he did well to survive RVD. The Styles Clash on the outside. The several hidden blades put an end to RVD. But no one, and I mean no one, expected Samoa Joe to come out and cash in the resolution. We knew it was there since Turmoil. Joe has kept that in his pocket till now. But he saw Ospreay had taken so much punishment from RVD. A 5-star frog splash, a rolling thunder, and several big time high-flying offense. And he capitalized on the situation to great effect. And that led to this moment. Choked out, center of the ring, no escape.
And new undisputed world heavyweight champion, the Samoan Joe.
Samoa Joe, our new champ. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what happens in the men's division now. What a show, what a night. A lot of belts changing hands and new champions crowned. How will IPW change the landscape going forward? Well, what we do know is, in 4 weeks' time, fingers crossed, we're gonna be locked in for our next live event. A show of which cages will be in play. Which means no countouts, thankfully. But what it does mean is we're gonna see some all-out wars. And some wars of which I am wanting. We will be having qualifiers for 2 chambers throughout primetime and breakdown for the next few weeks. And I, for one, am pumped up for them. Let me tell you, I'm pumped. After tonight's show, it's gonna be good. So, thank you for joining me. I'm losing my voice because that was an epic show. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here if you want to. And I will see you for prime time this Tuesday. Peace out.